We are going to study the advantages and disadvantages of different types of integrations. Initially, we will study the advantages and disadvantages of horizontal integration. Advantages of horizontal integrations. As I told you earlier, that horizontal integration is the integration in which business integrates with the businesses of the same industry at the same level of operations. The first advantage that we obtain is the elimination of the competitors. You will have to face lesser competition in market now because you have purchased one of your competitors. It will give you the larger market share and power because now you have obtained the market share of your competitor too. As a result of this increase in size, you will obtain more economies of scale that will reduce the average cost of business. More economies of scale. And uh, as a result of that, business can rationalize its costs. Rationalization is the process of reducing the fixed cost of business organization by reducing the unnecessary operations. Because if you had two offices, one of your competitor and one was yours, you might close one office now because you are one and same business now. And then businesses have increased bargaining power over the supplier now. Increased bargaining power. What are the disadvantages of this integration? If businesses try to rationalize, it may result in redundancies. A few people will have to lose jobs that may result in the labor actions against you. The government may ask you not to do that, or they may take some legal actions against you. And this might create bad publicity for the businesses. You remember what is rationalization? I just told you that rationalization is the process of reducing fixed cost by reducing by the way of reducing certain operations, by the way of making a few people redundant that are not needed in the business organization. And if we do that, it may bring bad publicity. Customers may resist. The customers may resist because if less competition is now in the market, they get lesser variety of the products now. As a result of that, they may resist this such kind of integrations. If such kind of integrations lead to monopoly, it may result in the consumer exploitation in future. Another integration that we studied is the forward vertical integration. We'll talk about the advantages of forward vertical integration. Forward vertical integration was the integration in which two businesses are integrating that belong to the similar industry, but one belong to the next level of operations. Now, the advantage is that now the business is in position to promote, advertise its product at its own. because they are direct with the customers now. It means they will get the direct feedback too, and they can alter the product according to the needs of customers now. Um, it gives a secure outlet where the products can be sold now, and business can also make sure that the competitors' product are not being sold there. Coming to the disadvantages of such integration. Uh, First of all, the consumer may suspect that why business has purchased the outlets, and consumer may discourage such kind of um, integrations. And then the lack of experience in operating in the tertiary sector might lead to the failure. Lack of experience in tertiary sector. Coming back to the advantages of backward vertical integration, we told you earlier in the backward vertical integration, the industry is same, but one business belongs to the previous level of operations. Advantages of backward vertical integration. First of all, it gives you the control over the supplies now. And there are lots of benefits of taking over the control over the supply. Control over the supplies now. And when you control the supplies, actually you control the cost of raw material. Cost of raw material control. Also, you control the continuous supply, and there might be no delays in the supply of product. Supply of raw material. It might also mean that now the supplier cannot increase the price whenever he wants to, and you have the control over the quality now. No one can supply you the bad quality products, raw material now. Control over the quality. And with the help of backward vertical integration, the business can do research and development in the raw material now. That research and development might provide business benefits of making more qualitative raw materials and more qualitative supplies. And sometimes business can take the benefit of not supplying to the competitors now if they were the only one who was supplying to the competitors. What are the disadvantages of backward vertical integration? First of all, the disadvantage is same as we have studied in the forward vertical. The business may lack the experience. The business may lack experience. And as I told you earlier, that it might lead towards the failure, early failure. And it might be costly too, purchasing the or integrating with the uh, suppliers of the raw material. Then we have the conglomerate integrations. The advantages of conglomerate. Conglomerate was related to the diversification when businesses are integrating with a completely different industry. The first advantage that we obtain out of the conglomerate that it diversifies the business. No, If sales of one business are low, the other business might be having high sales at that time. If you are doing bad in paper industry, you might be doing good in cosmetics industry at that time. It diversifies the business and it reduces the risk too. If one business fails, another might be successful. And then disadvantages of conglomerate. Again, the lack of management experiences. The risk is highest, the lack of experience risk in the conglomerate integration. The lack of management experiences, and there could be a lack of focus and direction. There could be a lack of focus and directions if you diversify too much. So these were the advantages and disadvantages of different types of integrations.